Hello and welcome to a brand new version of Steve's Stories, now with more old-timey. Did somebody say old-timey? Yes, I did. I said old-timey. Now you just have to tune it to the right radio station.
Quiet, please. In exactly 15 seconds, we'll be on the air.
That's not it. Oh, that's why. I need to grab the old-timey tuning knob. Ah, there we are.
Those of you just now tuning in, tonight's subject is
hurricanes, how they're formed and how you can help out the victims. The story begins in the middle of the ocean. And now to your host. Please welcome Stephen Bonner.
Hurricanes are the most powerful storms on the planet and are truly devastating once they reach land. Hurricanes, known as tropical cyclones in the scientific community, form almost exclusively along the equator. And as you know, the equator is a very hot place. And because of this, the air near the equator is also very hot and very moist.
Did somebody say moist?
I did, but that's kind of a weird question, and that word is gross, and I'm only using it because that's how the scientific articles I'm reading describe it. But anyway, hot air naturally rises, so when you have large amounts of hot air rising near the equator, it can cause low pressure pockets near the ocean's surface. The low pressure pocket will pull more warm air into it, and that air will rise also. As this process continues to happen, air begins to swirl around a central point of low pressure, known as the eye of the storm. And at the same time, the immense amount of hot air being pushed high into the atmosphere is cooling and forming thunderstorms.
So what causes hurricanes to spin then?
That's a good question. That's kinda hard to understand. So let's ask a robot.
I have studied this subject and it was hard for me to understand it, let alone visualize it.
Okay, that wasn't very helpful at all, so I guess I'll try my best. The rotation of hurricanes happen more or less because of two factors. The high and low air pressure causing high winds, and more importantly, the rotation of the Earth.
The Earth's rotation affects hurricanes?
Basically, yes. The Earth's rotation is the reason why all hurricanes in the northern hemisphere spin counterclockwise and why they spin clockwise in the southern hemisphere. And this basically happens because the Earth is technically spinning faster at the equator than it is north or south of the equator, and that causes the hurricane's spin. This is known as the Coriolis effect, and it happens because the Earth is rotating eastward. The fact that it's rotating eastward is also the reason why almost all hurricanes travel to the west, which is why you almost never see hurricanes making landfall on the west coast of the United States.
Interesting. So how do we help out the hurricane victims then?
Well, now that we kind of understand how hurricanes are formed, let's figure out how we can help the victims of Hurricane Harvey specifically. The most effective way to help is to get trained by the Red Cross and get down to Texas. And you can actually still do this. Next week, the Red Cross is hosting a Zero to Hero crash course volunteer training program right here in Grand Rapids. You can get all the information on how to join that at mychannel957.com. You can get trained and then be deployed to help out victims. Once you complete the course, you can get deployed in the coming weeks. And don't worry, the Red Cross pays for flights, shelter, and food for the volunteers.
What about if I can't get any time off of work, buddy?
Well, you can also help out monetarily by donating to one of several organizations, like the Red Cross, the Salvation Army, Team Rubicon, or the Humane Society, because our furry friends need help too.
How can I find out where to donate?
Well, the easiest way is by heading over to mychannel957.com and checking out the blog I wrote that tells you how to donate to those organizations and several other ones as well. The residents of Texas really need your help. They've had a year's worth of rainfall in the Houston area in just a few days, and it's supposed to continue raining for the next several. And flooding's just the beginning. There's massive wind damage, with winds clocked up to 130 miles an hour during the most intense part of the storm. So if you're really looking to help, I'd recommend volunteering or donating.
That really explained a lot there, Steve. Good job. Well, thank you, me in some old-timey voice. Did you just say old-timey?
Yeah, I did.
Well, that's the bee's knees. And just because I know there's some people out there who really love this song, I'm gonna have to play it one time.
That was Steve's Stories. That was Steve's Stories. That's Steve.